Back to the show from House Oversight, Congressman Pat Fallon. Congressman, it's so great to have you on. Thanks for joining us.
Liz, thanks for having me on.
What's your take on the deal on guns? What's your take on it? It has expanded background checks for those under the age of 21, increases spending on mental health services, school safety, but President Biden did not get his assault weapons ban.
Yeah, no, that part of it's good. I mean, Liz, there's some parts of it that I'm perfectly fine with. The expansion of telehealth medicine. I represent a largely rural district. I want more funding for, school safety measures to beef up school safety, to make our kids safer. But the things that, I can't support at all are any kind of red flag laws that would deny Americans their constitutional rights and also their right to due process. And the right to face their accuser. So I wish that wasn't in there. That's a poison pill. They should be, instead of doing one big standalone bill, they probably should have done 5 or 6 or 7 separate bills.
The wake-up call is on. You got to harden schools like airports and courts, right? Every school has to do that. Set aside critical race theory and all that other stuff and protect children right now. Okay, HBO's Bill Maher, he's slamming Hollywood over glorifying gun violence, and Bill Maher also criticized the New York Times for burying inside the newspaper, Congressman, the assassination attempt on Justice Kavanaugh. Critics, Congressman, they're saying the media showed more outrage over the Johnny Depp trial. Let's listen to Bill Maher here. Watch.
When liberals scream, do something after a mass shooting, why aren't we also dealing with the fact that the average American kid sees 200,000 acts of violence on screens before the age of 18? And that, according to the FBI, one of the warning signs of a potential school shooter is a fascination with violence-filled entertainment. There's a sick similarity in the revenge fantasies Hollywood turns out and those of school shooters. The New York Times buried this.
Yeah, it was like a tiny thing below the fold.
If this had been a liberal Supreme Court justice that someone came to kill, it would have been on the front page. And that's what's so disappointing about a paper like the New York Times. Because they just wear their bias on their sleeves. And if it's not part of something that feeds our narrative,
and there are protests in front of Amy Coney Barrett's house, where we all know there are 7 children inside.
Congressman, this is dangerous stuff. Why isn't Attorney General Merrick Garland upholding the law he was told to and swore an oath to do? We've got a group shut down D.C. They're now going to blockade and shut down the streets around the Supreme Court.
Well, Liz, there's a federal statute already on the books, 1507, that makes that illegal. But oftentimes what liberals do is that when they don't like a law, they just ignore it. And that doesn't make us a rule of law nation. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Bill Maher. In fact, he's been increasingly right on some things of late. If this had been a liberal Supreme Court justice, like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, if she was still alive and her life was threatened, it would have been front page news. Nancy Pelosi probably would have had hearings on the matter, but instead they just ducked and looked the other way.
Congressman, this is a hair and fire moment. We have an assassination attempt on Justice Kavanaugh. If that Roe v. Wade opinion comes out, the streets could explode, and their homes, their lives, their families are now at risk. Why is it taking so long to give them protection? We're not a third world country. We're the leading light of democracy in the world. Why is this going on? Why not pushing forward with the Attorney General now to stop this?
Because the wrong people are in charge, Liz. Because Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are in charge, and this is ridiculous. This is a matter that should have been addressed not even weeks or months ago, but years ago. There's only 9 Supreme Court justices. The president has plenty of protection, and he should have it. And all 9 of our Supreme Court justices, whether they be liberal or conservative, need that protection as well. As you just said, we're not a third world nation. We're not a banana republic. We are a rule of law nation. We have an independent judiciary, and we need to act like it.
Congressman, good to see you. Come back soon.